The Tax Collector by David Ayer stars Shia LaBeouf as a Chicano in LA, and he's actually only like the secondary role in the film, and it's just not very good, and it actually kind of feels like there's a lot of pieces missing from the film. The film stars Bobby Soto as David, the main protagonist in the film. Jimmy Smits is the ominous wizard who's basically the gang leader of all of the area in terms of the tax collecting business that's in prison. And David is his like main go-between, with Shia LaBeouf being kind of the muscle. His name is Creeper in the film. And basically what their job is, they go around and they tax all the gangs based on the drugs that are coming in, and it goes through and pays the cartel. And that's kind of the whole setup and gist of the film, is that David's doing it, collects all the money, reports back to Wizard, who's in jail, and all the stuff goes through them. Well, film opens with he's meeting a new gang guy who's just been promoted because the leader was knocked off by the police, and then from there he gives him a speech and kind of shows like what's going to go on, like how you got to do it. If you don't, this is going to happen to you. And then they go off and do some other collections, intercut with some scenes. And Shia LaBeouf is actually pretty decent in this film when he's allowed to act, but really he's just kind of a secondary character and minimalized, especially in the second half of the film. But so the tensions end up flaring up once they realize that the collections are short, and turns out that it's the person from the very beginning. And part of the reason is it seems that maybe they told him the wrong number since he was promoted. Well, they get there, they threaten him a little bit, and they find out that his kid has leukemia, and that's kind of why he wasn't kicking up the right amount. But he turns him on to another guy named Conejo, who is basically coming up in. And earlier in the scene, what happened is David goes and meets up with his uncle, who's George Lopez, in kind of a comical role. And then he goes back and meets with this Conejo guy who's with another person, Venom, who is like another gang leader who refuses to give money and says he's with Conejo, who's sent by the cartel, come to take over kind of deal and work out some business. George Lopez comes back into it and then goes off and winds up in a cooler with his hands in his head. And it's like, it seems like a lot of stuff is missing from here, because then it kind of speeds up really fast, where David's then trying to consolidate his forces to make a strike back at Conejo because of killing of George Lopez, or his uncle's character. And then all of a sudden he just shows up and doing like a little intercut voodoo sacrifice, human sacrifice scene, along with this attack on the tire shop that George Lopez used to own. And everybody gets either killed or captured. Creeper being taken back, Shia LaBeouf's character, and they start just beating on him with a hammer and everything else, while David runs away, tries to get his family, tries to say he's going to come get Creeper, get some money, ends up everybody dies, and then he has to go on a run, and his wife ends up getting caught, so he's put in a bind where he's got to rescue his children and stuff. And it's just, like I said, it seems like there's about 15 to 20 minutes missing from the movie, from the earlier scene after George Lopez's character gets knocked off, to the explosion at the tire shop. And then at the end, it seems like there was some stuff there that was just kind of rushed together, because there's not really any resolution with the Creeper character and Dave and what happens to them, because he seems to be all hard, and it shows him as being hard, but he never gets to see it. So it seems to me like there's something missing from the film, but it was very poorly paced. It was like an hour and like 20 minutes or so, and I thought it had potential to be good. It just didn't turn out very good, and it was kind of disappointing because, like I said, Shia LaBeouf is kind of like, I was laughing when I first saw he was playing like this, like down with the Latin gangs and stuff out in LA, and I was like, oh, okay. But he actually does a decent job when he's allowed to act, but the rest of it is just really rushed and put together. I probably would not recommend this film, to be honest. Other than that, thank you. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, and have a good day.